is Sophia. I am a 14-year-old girl from a quaint town in the beautiful state of Alaska. Many people have asked me, do you live in an igloo? And my response has been, why yes, I do live in an igloo. It's a very high-tech igloo with electricity and plumbing, and no, we do not live in igloos. I have found this to be a very common misconception among children and adults who do not live in Alaska. Now, I'm here to tell you about myself, but I think I'm going to start with my family. My parents, after 12 turbulent years of marriage, split up. This unfortunate event happened when I was 10 years old. 2 years later, at the age of 12, they had an official divorce. It was then decided that myself and my 2 younger siblings were to spend 3 weeks with my mother and 1 week with my father. I had to deal with this living arrangement for 4 years and a few months. Up until recently, when I moved in with my father full time. My siblings. As I mentioned earlier, I have 2 younger siblings. Their names being Rachel and Ryan, ages 8 and 6. They do not live with my father full time as I do, so I only get to see them 1 week out of a month. Now that I've told you a little bit about my familial background, I should probably tell you more about myself as an individual. Where should I start? Let's start with where I was born. Guatemala. That is my place of birth. Why Guatemala, you must be asking yourself. Well, my mother is Guatemalan and my father is Canadian American. They both met in Guatemala and voila, I was conceived and I was born 9 months later in the same place. To this day, I am convinced that my father's genes are the reason that I am as white as a vampire and not as tan as a taco. Seeing as my mother is from South America and my father from America, I grew up in a household in which both Spanish and English were being spoken. Yes, I do speak Spanish. Let me tell you, it has its advantages. I remember it was the year, what year was I? Well, it was 7th grade. It was my 7th grade year, and this guy comes up to me and he says, Sophia, how do you say shit in Spanish? And I go, oh, and I just look at him and then I look at the ceiling and I just think to myself, oh boy, I really can't mess with this guy. So then I turn to the guy and I say, like this, yo soy un idiota. And he repeats it back to me. Yes. Oh, perfect. You've got it. So this guy goes running around the school screaming, yo soy un idiota. Little does he know that he's actually not saying the word he wanted to say, but instead he's saying, I am an idiot. Classic joke. Aside from messing with people, I have other hobbies that I partake in. One being writing. I love writing. Ever since I was young, with my vast imagination, I would make up stories with my toys. Currently, I am working on 2 novels. I am hoping to get them published if I can finish them. I have this horrible habit of never finishing my novels. I've started a lot of novels. It's really bad. Along with writing, I enjoy reading. Some of my favorite books are always the ones that are based in dystopian societies, wartime, magic, or romantic tragedies, comedies. Some of them being The Hunger Games, the Divergent series, The Fault in Our Stars, Harry Potter, A Walk to Remember, Making Bombs for Hitler, and A Light Between Oceans. all good books that I would recommend you read if you like the same types of books I do. Now for my next two hobbies. Art and music. I love art. I've been doing art ever since 3rd grade, though I only really started to get into it when I was in middle school. Some of my favorite mediums are pen, acrylic, and watercolor. Many of my best pieces have been done in these mediums. Music. Yes, I am a musician. I have played several instruments over the past few years. I cannot list all of them. Well, maybe I can. Let me try. There's been harmonica, there's been ukulele, there's been piano, trumpet, cello, I believe, and I sing. I also sing, yes. I am a part of the high school choir, and I do enjoy it very much. Currently, I am playing trumpet and cello. I've been playing my trumpet for 3 or 4 years. 4 years. And my cello I've only been playing for 1.5 years. My next hobbies. I love sports. Sports are my favorite thing ever. Ever since I was in elementary school, I played soccer. That was my main sport. Then when I got to middle school, I branched out a little more and got into volleyball and basketball. Now that I'm in high school, I participate in cross country, basketball, and volleyball. I don't think I'm ever going to stop playing sports. These are some things that make me me, and I hope you liked me. Thank you.